Tonight, on Be Something Wonderful, how to connect with and manifest your desires. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I heard from a subscriber that said, Tom, I've been doing a lot of work on my beliefs, on my negative thoughts and feelings. I've tried all of the processes, and I'm just exhausted. I'm just not getting any results, and I'm really starting to doubt whether I'll ever get any, and I'm starting to fear that I'm just going to be stuck in the unwanted. I was wondering if you could talk about that. Well, guys, we're going to talk about this tonight and more. Now, we've touched on this a lot, but here's what I want to say, is that the processes don't matter that much. In fact, they don't matter at all if you're not connected with your wish fulfilled. If you're not connected with the end result, it doesn't matter what process you do, right? It's not about battling your beliefs, fighting with the negative emotion, trying to get rid of all that. That's all part of what you would call the process. I've got to get rid of my beliefs. I've got to do these assumptions. I've got to imagine my wish fulfilled. All of that keeps you disconnected, and it keeps you not focused on your wish fulfilled, focus on the lack of it. I really want to unpack this. When you assume you are or have what you want to desire, you feel good. You feel connected to your end. You feel connected to your desire. You feel connected to the end, right? To the fulfillment. But when you assume that you're not, or you don't have what you want to desire, you feel negative and separate from it, or separate from who you really are. You feel disconnected. Hear this. As you struggle with these processes and you get lost in what to do, or whether I'm doing it correctly, or what do I do with this negative thought, or what do I do with this negative feeling, or what about these limiting beliefs? When you get caught up in all that, you get disconnected from that wish fulfilled. You get disconnected from what you really want. When you make the assumption you are that, or that you have or are what you want or desire, you feel good. So literally, let's unpack this. Remember, thoughts and feelings are not reality. So even as you say this, as you think about the processes, as you think about the beliefs, as you think about what to do with these negative emotions and negative thoughts, none of those are reality. Hear that. Thoughts and feelings reveal your assumptions about reality, or about what you believe is real, right? You're just getting caught up in a cycle where you're believing, you're making the assumption that you don't have it, and that you have to do these processes to get what you want. Or you're making the assumption that these negative thoughts, these negative feelings, these doubts, that they are reality. And in fact, they are not reality. They're just your thoughts about it. They reveal your assumptions. So we've got to get at your assumptions about reality, right? This is what Neville Goddard and all the spiritual greats talk about, right? But if you assume that you have to struggle, if you assume you have to do a lot of processes, if you assume you have to identify and get rid of and replace all these beliefs, then those attract certain thoughts and feelings that are negative and that are limiting. And then you get stuck in that cycle of feeling unfulfilled. So let's unpack this a little bit more. Remember, assumptions about reality generate thoughts and feelings about the perceived conditions. And then you start identifying with these thoughts and feelings. And then that becomes what you believe to be objective reality. All of that's bogus. All of it. None of it's true. Yes, assumptions create reality, but they create the reality according to your thoughts and feelings, your perceptions. You get to decide what to assume. Hear this, right? So the key is to stop identifying with your thoughts and feelings. It won't get there. You've got to move back to the assumption that your wish is fulfilled. You've got to move back to the end and persist in that. Let the thoughts and feelings be what they are, right? And then just move to your wish fulfilled persistently. We're going to get at this a little bit more, right? Remember, you get trapped in the conditions, in the processes, when you identify with your thoughts and feelings, when you begin to think that they are reality, right? Focus on your wish or your desired fulfilled. Imagine the fulfillment only. Become one with it, right? The thoughts and feelings are irrelevant, right? When you stay in the assumption of your wish fulfilled, when you stay in that one assumption and that one focus on fulfillment, that it must be fulfilled, right? It's not the processes that manifest anything, right? It's you persisting in the wish fulfilled, persisting in the end, persisting in that end goal, right? Make this your only assumption. I am infinite love, right? That's really, love manifests everything. That's what we're made of. That's where we come from. And we're infinite and we're totally unlimited. All that other stuff you're thinking, thoughts and feelings don't help you because they almost always are limiting, right? And they almost always get you thinking it's not here yet. What else do I have to do? What are the processes, right? I am infinite love is the only assumption you need in then maintaining that wish fulfilled to get you there. Let's unpack this a little bit more. When you identify with your thoughts and feelings, you get lost in the process, trying to control and get rid of negative and unwanted. Hear this. You're relying, then you start to rely on that puny 3D power instead of your infinite power and connection to all it is. You do not have to get rid of thoughts and feelings, not even beliefs. Just let them be there. Stop trying, when you try to get rid of something, you put the focus on it, right? Acknowledge, accept any fear or doubt or limitation or negative thoughts and feelings. That's bringing them to awareness. Once you do that, they lose all their power. I promise. You bring those to awareness, now they no longer have an effect. You know that they're not reality. And once you bring them to awareness, you accept that the negative, you can even accept the negative as a possible outcome. If you start thinking, I'm never going to manifest this, or I'm going to be stuck in unwanted, say to yourself, okay, that's a possibility. It is a possibility, but you get to choose another quantum possibility. This puts you in total control instead of being at the mercy of this negative stuff, right? Accept the negative as a possible outcome and then move back to your desired outcome. Move back to your wish fulfilled, right? Remember, fear is resistance to the unwanted or negative outcome. That's all that fear is. That's all that any negative emotion is. Any negative emotion is just something unwanted. It's the focus on the unwanted, right? And none of that is true. It's all made up, right? You get to decide, right? Accepting the possibility of the worst case scenario sets you free. Accepting the possibility that, okay, that could happen, but I choose to move to wish fulfilled. I choose to persist in the fulfillment. And then take your mind off the processes. Keep it just on the wish fulfilled. Then remember, the processes fall into place as you focus on the wish fulfilled. Hear this is big, right? You don't have to, it doesn't matter what process you choose. The right one will come to you as you maintain the end, as you maintain the wish fulfilled, as you dwell in the end. Right? Then the processes, whatever process, you wouldn't even be consciously paying attention to that. They'll just come. It will happen. Right? It all falls into place when you persist in the wish fulfilled. This is big. Let's unpack this a little bit more. Stop fighting and resisting the thoughts and feelings that are limiting you. Accept the possibility of the unwanted realities. They all exist. Stop fighting them and just accept the possibility and accept that, okay, the worst can happen. Maybe I can manifest an unwanted reality, right? Accept that, then choose again and persist in the desired reality and wish fulfilled. When you do that, the unwanted, the negative, the doubt no longer has control over you. You're in total control. Then unwanted realities have no power over you, right? Once you accept that your desire doesn't have to happen, you free up infinite intelligence to bring it to you. Hear this. Accept the possibility that it may not happen, but then move to wish fulfilled, because then it must happen, then it will happen. There's no possibility that it won't happen now. Wow, that's big, right? It's not about the processes. It's not about the circumstances. It's not about any special training or any special abilities. It's just persisting in the wish fulfilled. It's your focus, attention, and your imagination of your wish fulfilled. That's all you ever need. Wow, that's big. So let's keep hitting this. We get addicted to processes, to steps, to listening to different gurus, listening to different YouTube channels, right? Different coaches, right? We jump around. That's okay. It's good to have a variety, but don't get addicted to them. Don't get attached to them. Detach from everything. Detach from the outcomes, right? Know that your power lies in your focus and intention on wish fulfilled. Your focus and intention on the end is what drives everything. Wow, this is big. It's not about manifesting your desires. Hear this. This is big. Rather, it's about imagining your desires already fulfilled. I want you to hear this distinction because you feel like you've been manifesting for months, right? You're focused on processes, steps, methods. Am I doing it right? You're focused on the limiting thoughts, the negative thoughts that come up, and the feelings, which are not even real. Instead, it's not about manifesting your desires. It's about imagining your desires already fulfilled. That's all it is. Neville says it. All the greats say it, right? One with your desire in a higher power. That's all it is, right? You get stuck in these processes, and when you get stuck, that separates you from what you want. That separates you from your desires. So if you stop trying to manifest your desires and start imagining your desires already fulfilled, then you begin manifesting your desires. That's the paradox. Hear this. It's the great paradox. Once you stop trying to manifest your desires, forget about the process, the methods, the beliefs, the negative stuff, all that stuff, right? And just move to wish fulfilled and start imagining your desires already fulfilled. Then you begin manifesting your desires. It all falls into place, right? The end provides the means, right? The processes will automatically unfold. Wow, that's big, right? The key is conscious attention and imagining the desired outcome of your wish fulfilled. Everything else will fall into place, I promise. Wow, that's big. So, your assumptions, your thoughts and feelings, limitations, doubt, fear, unworthiness, that all keeps you away from your wish fulfilled, and none of it is reality. None of it. Hear this. It's not reality, right? Those assumptions, those thoughts and feelings of limitation, doubt, fear, and unworthiness, they're not reality. They're just your view of reality. Wow, that's big. Connect and identify with your wish fulfilled. Your desire, become one with it, and that will become your reality. That's big, right? Stop trying to deal with your limiting negative beliefs, right? Accept them, acknowledge them, right? No, they are not reality. Then let them go and focus back on your wish already fulfilled. Right? Accept them, acknowledge them. They lose all their power. They're now powerless. You just let them be and just move to your wish fulfilled. Detach from the outcome. Accept all possibilities. If you have a thought in your head, oh, I might get stuck in the unwanted, accept that as a possibility. And then move to your wish fulfilled. Now you've taken all the power out of that bogus thought. Right? Stop stressing about the process in good outcomes or bad outcomes or wanted or unwanted. Allow all possibilities, then choose and then choose the desired one. Choose your wish fulfilled again and again. This is big, guys. So fear and doubt limit you and cut you off from the flow of that higher intelligence, right? Give yourself permission to feel and manifest an unwanted outcome. Then failure and unwanted outcomes are no longer possible. Wow, this is big. I'm going to say this again. So, give yourself permission to feel and manifest unwanted outcomes. Then failure and unwanted outcomes are no longer possible. You have stripped them of any power. They only have a possibility when you dwell on it and accept it as real and try to get rid of it. Once you accept it as a possibility and then choose the other possibility, they're not possible anymore. The only possibility is wish fulfilled. All negative emotion is the assumption you're not getting what you want. Right? You don't have to think like that anymore. Remember this from Solaris, right? Flip it. Assume you're connected to love because you are love. You come from love, you are love. Love is all there is, right? One assumption, I'm infinite love. Trust it implicitly, right? Your focus and intention create your reality. Forget the processes. Forget analyzing and trying to fix what you think, feel, and believe. Focus only on your wish fulfilled and the assumption of infinite love. That's all you have to do, guys. That's all you ever have to do. That is how to connect with and manifest your desires. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, our website at tomkaren.com or BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.